thoughts on what's happened in the second half the last couple of weeks, or you guys can maybe remedy that or whatever?
Yeah, just coming out a little bit flat. You know, we got to continue to stay locked in throughout 4 quarters and continue to play our brand of football throughout 4 quarters, and just got to, you know, keep working and emphasizing that in practice and the later periods of practice and staying locked in.
Yulkeith, you had a great game. He made a huge play on that last drive.
Mhm.
You had like
3rd down,
3 yards.
yeah.
He didn't have much blocking on that. And
Yep.
he got it. Just how much have you seen him? Just his confidence level and comfort.
Yeah, he's really came along, you know, throughout the season. I think he's got better every single week. I think he's just getting more comfortable in the offense and, you know, knowing everything that's going on, and he's capable of playing multiple different positions in the receiver room. So he's just, you know, continued to do really great things in practice every day, and, you know, we trust him on the field, and he's, you know, made plays.
You guys have done a lot of firsts since you guys have been here. And if you win this week, it's 20 wins in 2 years.
Mhm.
No Tulane team has ever done that in back-to-back years.
Yep.
Is that of any relevance to you, or?
I mean, I think it's a testament to, you know, the work that we put in and, you know, the people that we have around us and, you know, how well of a job the coaches have done of recruiting, coaching, putting us in positions to be successful. So, you know, it's our job once we get on the field to, you know, carry out our preparation and, you know, what the coaches have done to put us in those positions. And, you know, it's exciting.
You know, Michael, you talk about coming out flat. Obviously, the strength of schedule has not done you guys any favors this year. When you look at the ratings, the top 25 and whatnot, the AP coaches poll, not any easier this week with a 1-win East Carolina team, winless in the conference. How hard is it to get amped up and fired up when you guys have done so many great things over the last 2 seasons?
Yeah, we gotta, you know, create our own, you know, hype on the sideline. And ECU is a really good environment. You know, they always have a good crowd there, and you know, every time that I've played there, it's been a good crowd and good environment. But yeah, like you said, we gotta create our own hype, and no matter the circumstance, no matter who we play, we got to do our job on the field.
What can you tell us about this team that perhaps the polls don't tell the rest of the nation?
About our team?
Yeah.
I mean, we're here, we're fighting. You know, our preparation speaks every week, and, you know, we're just going to continue to keep working.
They whacked you guys pretty good there a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about that?
They played a really good football game, and we didn't. That was about it.
Sincere's talked about the revenge tour for the last couple of years. This is another, and you beat them last year, but going up there, that's another place you haven't won the last time you played there. Is that a factor at all?
No, I don't think it's really a factor. I think, you know, what the factors are how we prepare and, you know, how we handle our own business. You know, I don't think, you know, anything they got going on speaks to, you know, what we're doing. We gotta play our football. We gotta play 4 quarters, and, you know, the rest will take care of itself.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Why are you playing with so much confidence now, do you think?
Honestly, it's just the work I put in throughout the week and just knowing, like, the defense they're going to run and just going through how we got scout team, you know, just making sure I really lock in on scout, telling the DBs, give me this look in case this happens, and just knowing what I'm going to do before it happens.
You got your first touchdown catch here. How good it feels?
Yes, sir. That was a good feeling just because I finally was able to go deep as well to show my speed, so that was a great first touchdown. And my Pratt threw a good ball to let me go get it, so that felt good.
You made a huge play on the last drive, this little screen pass. You kind of had to get that on your own at the end. What did you see on that?
Honestly, I seen the play call. I was like, okay, just coming to me. And then once Cam Wire low-key made a great block, actually, that made me, like, be able to squeeze through 2 people. Then once I noticed, like, they had me only by the ankle, I'm like, I could slip out of this. And then I just fought extra for a few yards and had to make that happen for the team.
You guys pretty much scored every time you had the ball except for the interception and a missed field goal. You still haven't played maybe a 4-quarter game, but how close do you feel like you guys are now to that?
Yeah, I feel like you say, we only just had 2 mistakes, but besides that, they couldn't stop us. And as long as we know that and we come in every week with that same mindset that nobody can stop us, even though we know that, but we actually got to, like, just do the work and actually stand on it, we're gonna be straight. Cause nobody can stop us, and it's shown and it's obvious. It's just we got to put the work in each and day out and just keep doing what we do.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank
You made one of the bigger defensive plays in the game. I think they scored back-to-back touchdowns. It was third down, and you kind of like textbook deflection. What did you see on that play, and how big was it to get a 3 and out in that situation?
Like you said, I was big on that drive. It was 3rd and 4, I believe, and on 3rd and 4 they run a lot of slants, so we just knew just to get in their face, and he was gonna throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? But that just goes back to film study, and that's just knowing the tendencies.
You had to make sure you didn't get called for interference, and you did a good job. How do they teach you that? Because you guys don't get too many of those calls to make sure you don't go through the guy.
Nah, definitely. That's all Coach JJ and Coach CY. Like they teach us no penalties, and like as a team, we don't really get penalized a lot either. So I think it goes hand in hand.
you. There's a lot at stake here in the last month. Have you
Most definitely.
have you thought about that, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, just to, repeat what we did, a lot's on the line, but we attacking day by day, 1-0. That's the mentality, and it's going to stay that mentality. But it's definitely a big emphasis. We know it's at stake, and Coach Fritz just said we need to play a complete game, and that's what we're going to do. That's our focus this week is just playing a complete game and getting the job done.
To that end, what has happened after halftime the last couple of weeks, and what kind of changes do you think y'all need to make to be able to come on and maintain some of that first half intensity after halftime?
I would just say, for me, I can only really speak for myself just to get myself going. And then once I get myself going, get everybody else going. But we've been focusing in practice. Our second half of practice, just pushing and trying to replicate our second half of practice, just like a second half of a game. But we know that's a area that we need to focus on, and we have been. So we're going to get that ironed out for sure.
What do you think's happened there, Lance?
I mean, it's kind of tough when you kind of go up by a lot of points and you kind of got to refocus. But that's just us not just being a little complacent. And I feel like as a unit, as a team, offense, defense, and special teams, like we're attacking that. You know what I'm saying? That's a big emphasis from North Texas, and it carried over to this week. So we're on it, and we're definitely going to attack that, most definitely, because we don't like that as a team, and we don't like how that looks. So we're going to get it figured out for sure.
It's kind of living on the edge a little bit, right?
A little bit, but I mean, we're going to be all right for sure. We're going to be all right.
Early in the game, it looked like you had a chance for a pick six, but you didn't get your hands together. What did you see on that play?
Yeah, it was another third down, I believe. They ran another slant, and we were in the cover 2. But I jumped in, and I was a little too, caught in the back. Like, it was too easy to be true. So I kind of just batted it down because I didn't know where he was at. But, I didn't really know where he was at, and I just batted it down.
You guys have given up a lot of yards, but a lot of that is nobody can run on you, and teams are having to throw a lot. How do you feel like the secondary has played?
I feel like we've been playing well. And, to counteract your point, Coach Woods just put up a good it was on Monday. He showed us a slide. Like, even though we are giving up a lot of yards, like a lot of teams, we're holding them to half of their average. So even though we are hard on ourselves, it's still only half of their average. So it's like, I think Rice was averaging 405 yards a game. They had 270. So it's like, we want it to be below 100, but it's like you got good quarterbacks and they practice too. So it's like you guys keep doing what we're doing, but if we keep holding them below their average, I think it's a plus for us.
So the confidence is still really high.
Definitely. The confidence never wavers. We prepare too well for it to waver. So, even when it does look a little gray from the sidelines, we know that we're just going to be just fine.
Thank you, Lance. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.